April, the brand new Mystic Lake Amphitheater got its first big weather test last night. And after a late cancellation, many fans of the Dave Matthews Band left pretty frustrated and confused. Here's Kent.
When Mystic Lake Amphitheater first announced a weather delay for its long-awaited Dave Matthews concert on Tuesday, fans weren't bothered.
Obviously, we knew weather was coming, but that's part of the deal with outdoors, right?
But Sean Ryan's confidence began to fade after arriving and checking social media.
This is the first major rain they've had here, and the band photographer has posted on Instagram that the roof is leaking.
And not long after sharing that video,
Mystic Lake has officially postponed the Dave Matthews show, which leads me to believe that we got some structural issues with the amphitheater.
In a statement today, Mystic Lake Amphitheater blamed both the weather and Shakopee's 11 p.m. curfew for shows, writing, "When it became clear that lightning was forecasted in the area through 9 p.m., we quickly updated the show status since we could not have gotten fans back into the venue to enjoy a show before the curfew."
I apologize.
But even before Dave Matthews was spotted apologizing to fans,
Safe travels.
Sean says many were frustrated because they could see what appeared to be clear skies closer to 8 p.m.
I think there was a lot of confusion that as we got later in the evening, the clouds were not there anymore, and the Twins were playing, the sun was out.
You want to keep everybody safe. That's number one.
KARE 11 meteorologist Mace Michaels is also the meteorologist at Target Field and made the call to push back last night's first pitch by 25 minutes, but not cancel.
So is there a comparison to be drawn there?
Differences of radar and location.
He says lightning did linger longer in the Southwest Metro.
Lakeville, Shakopee, South Metro, still several thunderstorms around 6 o'clock.
But he does wonder about that 9 p.m. timeline.
I would always vote for having a meteorologist on site. Obviously, I work at Target Field. We have meteorologists on site.
Mystic Lake Amphitheater told us it regularly consults with expert meteorologists to inform decisions.
I coach youth sports. I get lightning is a very, very serious thing. It just was kind of confusing when you couple the change in weather with some of the pictures we were seeing from inside and that sort of thing. It just raised a lot of questions. What was really going on?
So far, none of the questions about those photos have been answered, but some of the photos themselves have been deleted.
It doesn't quite add up that they wouldn't address that. Minnesotans are pretty forgiving if you're transparent. So can you be transparent? That would be awesome.
The Dave Matthews Band will play a makeup show on August 31st, and Sean says he'll be excited to be there. It's unclear if a meteorologist will be there on site, though, or available remotely. Now, as you heard Mace say, from experience, that can make a big difference with how quickly things can change, having someone on site, especially when they also have to factor in that curfew, Jana.
And that's really just one of the most puzzling things to me is an amphitheater that large, operated by Live Nation in this case, doesn't have someone on site. We have them at Twins games, baseball fields around the country, the state fair. Outdoor venues have meteorologists on site for this very specific reason.
You know, they will also contract with, that Mace had said, I think Major League Baseball has AccuWeather that they actually do have on the phone as well. But he said whenever there's a dispute about what's in the area versus what's coming at them, that's when they default to that meteorologist on site.
And Live Nation, did they give you any inkling that they might bring someone on site next show, which they've got in just a couple days?
It's really hard to know for sure. All I was told is that they were in constant communication throughout the night, and they made the decision that they did for safety.
All right. We asked, what would you say? And they told us. Thanks so much, Kent. Appreciate it. We'll be